The harsh glow of fluorescent bulbs stretched shadows across rows of luxury cars in the underground garage, as 38-year-old Victoria Sterling made her way toward the exit after yet another late night at Sterling Financial Group. As CEO of one of the city's leading investment firms, Victoria was no stranger to leaving well past midnight, often the last one to step out of the towering 40-story headquarters she commanded. But tonight was different. Tonight, she had chosen to conduct one of her quiet, quarterly inspections, her undercover walks through the building. She had traded her usual designer wardrobe for modest business attire, determined to see how her night crew performed when they assumed no one from upper management was around. These surprise visits had become her personal way of staying grounded in the everyday work that kept her empire running. As she neared her car in the dim garage, a small pocket of warm light by the elevator bank caught her attention. Near the security desk, a faint glow stood out in the silence. Curious, she moved closer. What she discovered made her pause. A young security guard, no older than his late 20s, sat perched on a concrete ledge with a portable lantern casting just enough light onto a thick textbook. Dark-haired, with an expression of pure concentration, he scribbled notes onto a notebook balanced carefully on his knee. Despite the cold, hard setting and poor lighting, his focus didn't waver. Nearby, a stack of other textbooks, titles all tied to business and finance, confirmed this wasn't idle reading, but deliberate serious study. Victoria observed for a moment, struck by the discipline this employee displayed. Then she stepped forward. "Excuse me," she said softly. "I'm Victoria, from the executive offices upstairs. I was working late and noticed your dedication down here." Startled, the guard snapped his head up, quickly gathering his books, clearly thinking he was in trouble. Rising respectfully, he replied, "I'm sorry. My name is Daniel Martinez. I'm on the overnight security shift. I was just trying to use some quiet time to catch up on coursework. I didn't expect anyone to come by." Victoria lifted a hand, signaling him not to worry. "No need to apologize, Daniel. I'm impressed, not upset. What exactly are you studying?" Daniel's shoulders relaxed slightly, though he stayed cautious. "I'm working toward a master's in business administration. I take classes during the day and work nights here to cover tuition and support my family." Her eyes moved over his improvised study station. The worn textbooks, the neat handwriting in his notebook, the small lantern barely strong enough to read by. "Why not study in the security office upstairs instead of down here?" she asked. A trace of embarrassment crossed his face. "The office has cameras that feed back to the main desk. I didn't want to get written up for studying on duty. Here, I can still watch the garage entrance while making progress on my assignments." Victoria felt an unexpected weight in her chest. This young man was willing to endure cold concrete floors and poor lighting rather than jeopardize his job. He was holding down a full-time night shift while chasing an advanced degree, all to provide for his family. A level of grit and determination she rarely encountered, even among her top executives. "How long have you been here?" she asked. 3 years, Daniel answered. "I started right after my daughter was born. Nights pay more than daytime shifts, and the schedule lets me attend classes and still be with my family a bit." For a moment, Victoria studied him. This employee who had faithfully worked in her building for years without her ever knowing his name or his ambition. "Tell me about your program," she said at last. "What do you want to do once you've earned your MBA?" Daniel's face brightened, passion shining in his eyes, the unmistakable spark Victoria recognized in those destined to succeed. Daniel dreamed of starting his own financial consulting firm, one dedicated to helping working families create wealth and prepare for the future. Growing up in a household that never had access to financial guidance fueled his passion to provide those services to the people who needed them most. Victoria found herself deeply moved by Daniel's vision and his genuine desire to serve others rather than simply climbing the corporate ladder. "That's a remarkable goal," she told him. "Daniel, how much time do you have left in your program?" "I should be finished in about 18 months, he explained. "It's taking longer than usual because I can only manage 2 classes per semester while working full-time. But I'm committed to finishing." At that moment, Victoria made a choice that would change both of their paths. "Daniel, I have a proposal for you," she said. What would you think about moving into a different role within the company, one that would give you hands-on experience in financial services while you complete your degree? Daniel looked at her, stunned. I appreciate that, but I'm not qualified for a finance job. I'm just a security guard trying to work toward a better education. Victoria smiled knowingly, recognizing the same insecurities she had once wrestled with. Daniel, you are not just a security guard. You're a man determined enough to pursue an advanced degree while working nights and raising a family. You're someone who studies by flashlight in a parking garage because you refuse to quit on your goals. Those qualities are far more valuable than a resume full of experience. Over the next few weeks, Victoria collaborated with Human Resources to design a paid internship in the financial planning department, one that would allow Daniel to work during the day and continue his MBA program at night. The role came with a meaningful pay increase and tuition assistance to help him complete his degree sooner. Daniel quickly exceeded every expectation. His mix of real-world practicality and academic knowledge made him stand out as an advisor. Clients respected him not only for his skills but also for his authenticity. His perspective as a working parent gave him credibility with families who had once felt dismissed by traditional advisors who didn't understand their struggles. Within 6 months, Daniel had become one of the company's most requested advisors. Clients valued his straightforward approach and his genuine care for their futures. Victoria watched his progress with pride, grateful she had recognized what others had overlooked. During one of their regular check-ins, Victoria raised a new idea. Daniel, she said thoughtfully, I've been thinking about your dream of building your own consulting firm. What if, instead of leaving to start from scratch, you created that practice here at Sterling Financial Group? Daniel's eyes widened. What do you mean? Leaning forward, her excitement clear, Victoria explained, I mean establishing a division focused specifically on financial planning for working families and small business owners. You'd lead the department, recruit and mentor advisors who share your philosophy, and build the practice you envisioned, with the support and resources of an established firm behind you. 18 months later, Daniel completed his MBA and was promoted to Director of Community Financial Services. Under his leadership, the department became one of Sterling Financial's most respected and successful divisions. His team, many of whom also came from working-class backgrounds, helped hundreds of families secure their finances and achieve dreams they had once thought impossible. At the company's annual awards banquet, Victoria presented Daniel with the Employee Excellence Award, not only for his professional achievements, but also for the cultural impact he had made within the company. 2 years ago, Victoria told the audience, I found Daniel studying by flashlight in our parking garage while working as a night security guard. What struck me wasn't just his determination to earn his MBA, but his vision of using that education to help others live better lives. She paused, looking at Daniel seated near the front with his wife and young daughter. Daniel reminded me that the most valuable employees aren't always the ones with the longest list of credentials, but the ones with character and purpose. When Daniel rose to accept the award, holding his daughter in his arms, he addressed the room. 3 years ago, I was a security guard with nothing more than a dream of helping people gain financial stability. Ms. Sterling didn't just give me a job. She gave me the chance to turn that dream into reality while helping others reach theirs. He glanced at Victoria with gratitude. She taught me that sometimes the most important light isn't the one shining on your textbook, but the one that helps others see possibilities they never imagined. Later that evening, Victoria walked through the same parking garage where she had first encountered Daniel with his lantern. Another guard now worked the post, but she had made sure the station was equipped with proper lighting and a comfortable chair for anyone who wanted to use downtime for personal growth. Standing in that spot, Victoria reflected on how much that chance encounter had changed her perspective on leadership. She realized the most meaningful discoveries in business don't always come from reports or spreadsheets, but from recognizing the potential in people who refuse to let circumstances define them. The light that had once illuminated Daniel's books had also illuminated something vital about leadership. That true success comes not from keeping opportunities to oneself, but from creating them for others. Sometimes, she thought, the brightest lights in an organization come from those studying in the shadows, just waiting for someone to notice their dedication and give them the chance to shine.